What is reflection? As discussed in above sections, the light bounces back after falling on a polished or shiny surface. This phenomenon is called as reflection. When we see ourselves in the mirror, it is due to reflection. Only polished surfaces can reflect back the light completely. The light will pass through the glass if it is transparent from both the sides. One side has to be opaque in order for the glass to exhibit reflection. We will discuss about how reflection takes place in below sections of this article. What is specular reflection? Specular reflection is a type of reflection which means mirror-like reflectance of light when it falls on a shiny body. Specular obeys the law of reflection. The angle made by incident ray and normal is the same as the angle made by reflected ray and normal. We shall see more about law of reflection and mechanism of reflection in below sections. What is scattered/diffuse reflection? In scattered reflection, the rays of reflection are unevenly scattered in all directions, unlike specular reflection. In diffuse reflection, the reflected rays make unequal angles with the vertical. The reflected rays scatter in multiple directions rather than one. Examples of specular reflection. Specular reflection can be observed everywhere in our day-to-day lives. Whenever we go out in public places or even sit inside our classrooms, specular reflection can be observed in some or the other way. Let us see more about specular reflection by looking at some examples. They are given below. Conventional plane mirror. A conventional rectangular plane mirror like we see in washrooms and wardrobes follow the principle of specular reflection. The incident rays come from the object standing in front of the mirror. These incident rays are reflected back at the same angle. Here, the angle of incidence is 0, hence the reflected ray also makes 0 degrees with the normal, meaning both incident ray and reflected ray coincide each other. The object's reflection will be visible. Concave mirrors. In concave mirrors, we can usually see an inverted image because of the curvature of concave mirrors. Glasses on the side walls of malls/shops. Glasses on the side walls of malls are cleaned thoroughly, this way the glasses become a polished surface. Hence we can see our own reflection on the glasses when we go near those glasses. Polished ceramic mug. A ceramic mug also acts like a mirror when it is polished properly. We can see our own reflection when we are holding the mug. Glare on sunglasses. When we clean the sunglasses, they become polished surfaces. Hence a person standing in front of us can see their reflection from our sunglasses. Steel utensils. Steel utensils also act like polished surfaces. We will be able to see reflection of the object if it is placed near to the mirror. Metal body phone's metallic finish acts like a polished surface. Any light falling on such a surface is reflected back. Car body. A car body is usually made of glass fiber on which a polished finish is given. Due to polished finish, we can see our reflections when we stand beside a car. A dirty car won't be able to reflect our image as it is not polished. Water body. A water body such as lakes and rivers are usually still and reflects the objects near them. A perfect example of this is reflection of sky in the river and lake. The lake appears to be blue because of reflection of sky. Polished plastic surface. When a plastic surface is polished, we can see our reflection on it. This is also due to specular reflection. Ionospheric reflection. Radio waves are reflected in ionosphere. This is an example of specular radiation of waves. Reflection of radar waves. When the enemy aircraft enters our airbase, our radar detects it. This happens because the radar waves are reflected back to the radar after striking on aircraft. Acoustic mirrors. Even sound can be reflected using acoustic mirrors. This is an example of specular reflection of non-electromagnetic waves. Atomic mirrors. Atoms can be reflected using atomic mirrors. They also follow specular reflection. Glossy paper. A glossy paper that are used in crafts and decorative purposes also reflect the light. This is also in specular reflection. Scissors with fine finish. Most scissors are made with metallic alloys and plastics. Both materials, when polished, give a fine reflection. Pupil of eye. Pupil of eye also reflects light. When we see other person in the eye, then we can observe our reflection in it. How does specular reflection works? In above sections, we have discussed what specular reflection is. Now we will discuss how the specular reflection works. When an incident ray of light strikes a polished surface, also called as specular surface, it gets reflected back with an exact angle at which the incident ray struck on the surface. A person standing in the path of reflected ray will be able to observe the image of the source object from where the incident ray was coming. How to calculate specular reflection? Specular reflection can be calculated with the help of Phong model, which was developed by computer graphics researcher Buitung. The specular reflection is a dot product of two vectors. The formula is given below. Specular reflection equals v.r, where v is the viewing direction. R can be given by the formula given below. R equals 2 n.l and l, where L is the incident light direction. Law of reflection. In optics, there are three defined laws of reflection. They are given below. The angles made by incident ray and reflected ray with the normal are same. The incident ray, reflected rays, and the normal, all three exist in same plane. Both the incident ray and reflected ray are on the different sides of normal. Does specular reflection obey law of reflection? Specular reflection obeys the law of reflection. It satisfies all the conditions that laws of reflection require. The incident ray makes an equal angle with the normal as reflected ray makes. With that, reflected ray will be on one side of the normal and incident ray will be on the other side of normal. Then, most importantly, all the three normal, incident ray and reflected ray lie on the same plane. Hence, we can say that specular reflection obeys all three laws of reflection. Please visit our website lambdageeks.com for more articles on technology, engineering, mathematics, and various other domains. Scientific calculator, and many more other tools.